So I welcome you, Mr. Tamimou, Olu. Yes, Tamima Olu. Thank you very much for joining and sharing your experience with African Rebirth. I will say a little bit more about African Rebirth. So African Rebirth is an organization that inspires young African leaders to defy mediocrity, but who seek peace, unity, and prosperity. So this hour, we're gonna speak to young professionals. These are young people working already in their career. They start with their career, entry professionals or mid professionals. They're not yet in senior management positions, like 15 years of experience. So I welcome you. And for those who don't know it, Tamima is an HR specialist at the African Union. So today is just to share what's the secret. We bring the African Union closer to people and share the resources. How can we make our young people harness those beautiful and incredible opportunities at the African Union? So I want to give you time to say hello, and we can tell us your background, what you work in specifically, and your work at African Union, and then we'll continue with our discussion. Thank you very much. You can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Enoch, and thank you all the participants for this this webinar. I thank also African Rebirth for inviting me to share that knowledge. As Mr. Enoch said, my name is Tamimou Uruaji. I'm Togolese. I'm from Togo, and I work as a human resource recruitment officer within African Union. Before joining AU, I worked as a HR and admin officer in the Ministry of Vocational Education in my country. Then I joined AU. When I was joining AU, I joined AU first as a volunteer, and after that I progressed. And today I joined in since 2017. And today I after the youth volunteer, I became a recruitment assistant, and today I'm a recruitment officer at African Union. I put it like that for the participant to see that it's a step, it's a stage. Yeah, I went through stage to reach here, so it's not something that sure everyone has his way where how he can go and grow, but most of the time you need to go step by step and follow some stage. And currently in AU, I'm mostly in charge of the end-to-end recruitment process, from advertisement, from drafting job adverts, to recruiting, hiring the staff for the position. Briefly, I think that's what I can say, and I hope this webinar will help us to exchange, to discuss, and to see what as young as they can see. I'm also young like them. It's not an old person talking. So how as young we can discuss and see what's the blockage, or how can we do as young people to achieve our dream of working in international organization such as AU, we have UN, we have ADB, we have big organizations. If we want to do it in Africa only, we have ADB, we have African Union, we have regional offices as ECOWAS for those who are living in the ECOWAS area, as ACA and so, those who are living in that area. So there are always opportunities, but the only issue is how to get that opportunity,
Yeah,
how to be informed, how to be aware, and what to do to match this opportunity.
absolutely.
So I think that's the main reason we are having this webinar,
Yeah,
to share an idea and to see how or where to improve for each of us to grow in our career and to get more opportunities. Thank you. I think that's briefly what I can say about me.
yes.
I think. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I like that you brought in how step by step process how you went to African Union. Yeah. So for the starters, so you'll be like, oh wow, African Union. How do you even specifically do you do interviews? Because HR specialists involves a lot of things. It could be handling interviews, say it, advertising. So if someone's like applies to African Union right now, do you read interviews? I mean, CVs, resumes. Do you read resumes? How is it? How do you recruit specifically like you in your site?
Mm. Okay. Thank you again, Chair. As you know, first, all our recruitment is done through advertisement. Okay. First, all our jobs are open for African citizen, and you should also apply through the system to be considered.
Yes.
To be considered, and after the application, there is panel who sit and go through the CVs. Okay, but before even that, there is some filter which are already embedded in the system in order to allow us, because as I'm explaining to you, you can see that 55 countries, the applicant can be very huge, can have huge thousand applicants. So our system allow us to filter at some level. Then the best will come up, and a panel will sit and go through that through those candidates to really see if they match the job description. If
Right.
they have already done the position in that job in the past. As we are not recruiting based on education only, we recruit based on experience. Okay, it's not like maybe we request that the person should have maybe bachelor in maybe business administration.
Yeah.
And maybe you had a bachelor in business administration, but maybe after, due to the many reasons in life, you do something which is not related to business administration, mean that you don't match the position. If you are looking for business administration and the person should be doing something maybe in economical affair or trade or something, or maybe even a secretarial job, but you had the qualification, but you have never worked in the field, mean that it will be difficult for you to get it, because there is people who had the education and they work in the field. You get, because it's 55. Because it's 55, it is 55 countries, and in each country there is people who do the job, and when them also, when they see, they apply.
Yeah.
So you can see that the judgment is there. So after the panel selects the candidate, now we call the candidate for written assessment. It's another filter to see, yes, the person said that he worked in the field, but did he has the minimum technical knowledge in the field to be able to fill it. Okay. And after that, those who pass now, we can call them for the interview. And after the interview, there is other process like psychometric test and background check. which we do to be sure that the person we have is really the ideal person. And yes, we accept it as our work. We can have 1,000 candidates in the beginning, but we are looking for one person. So we accept that we are satisfying one person and being against 1,000 person. So that's how the HR work is very difficult, because everyone who is applying want to get the job, but everyone can't get it. Everyone can't get it. Only some can get it. So you are satisfying a really minuscule compared to the majority. You see, that's why you can see that in all systems people complain. The applicant complain. If you go to UN, they complain. You go to AU, they complain. If you go to ECOWAS, they complain, because they are also looking. They want to get it, but everyone can't get it. You see, that's why, it's somehow the frustration, and it's somehow the work we do day to day. But it's a transparent process, and maybe what we need to do is to see how, as young, how we can do, or we can much better, or we can really recognize the position which fits us. This is the really important. Not applying because I want to apply because I want a job. But you should apply for something you really have a background in. Okay, that's really important.
Perfect.
The competition, as you are saying, yes, is so high. It's very high, very high. So that's what I can say. But as in the brief, our process, there is application. After we receive application, there is a shortlisting. After shortlisting, written assessment interview. After the interview, we do some checking, background checking, and now the chair is the one who appoints the candidate. After we finish all the process, we send the report to the chair to appoint.
Musa Faki?
Yes.
Okay, his office appoints. I don't think he has time to look.
No, himself. No, it's not his office. Himself. Yes.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That's very important. Okay, quick. Glad to know that. So one would wonder, well, like, what's the minimum requirement? There is competition, yes, but what's that minimum? What's the minimum requirement? Young people. And I know there's some high-level positions that require people to have done, some considerable amount of time in their professions, like 15 years, not like those old guys who have been consultants for many years. But are there entry jobs, for young professionals, mid-level professionals? What is the minimum requirements? The minimum, you say, without this, don't even bother to apply. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for these questions. I just want to recall this, that in AU, we have the entry point position for young people. Since 2020, the member state decided that sub-positions like P1 and P2 should be reserved for young people.
Correct.
In AU, young people are those who are 35 years and below.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay? 35 years and below are considered as youth. And as such, so if you are beyond that age, because we give more priority to youth, only youth are considered. So to do it, to match it, you can see that when you see our jobs for some position P1 and P2, we request only 2 years experience in the field. 2 years experience to attract. Beside that, we have other programs like youth volunteer programs where we recruit young people with zero experience to give them a boost, to give them some minimum experience where they can grow. As in the beginning in my presentation, I have told you that I joined as youth volunteer in AUC.
Yes. Yes.
So I had experience before I joined, but I start as a youth volunteer, and because sometimes for someone to see your potential, you should start somewhere. Okay.
Yes.
There's people who can be recruited based on their potential. Other can be based on the experience. So it depends how you orient yourself. When we don't have experience to show our potential, we should start at the scratch, even if we don't gain anything.
Yes.
You see, it's like a sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you sacrifice yourself, even if it's for internship, start with your internship, is there they can see your potential. The potential is not on the CV. The potential is shown by working, by showing that, okay, I can do the job, even though I don't have the experience, I can do the job. That's how you can have some favor from your supervisor. Even though we say that there is normal process, in the normal process, the process is designed by human beings. Somehow, something which can be done. Okay. To respond to your question, yes, in a brief, I'm saying that the position P1 and P2 are entry-level position, and you can see that for those positions, we request a minimum 2 years, 2 years experience, minimum.
Minimum 2 years.
Yes, 2 years minimum. But you should have the experience in the field. Not like okay, I have experience of 2 years experience in doing medical or medical job. So now we are applying for accounting job. That is not matching. That's one is not tolerable. The
So
2 years should be in the field.
You should have minimum 2 years experience in the job you're applying to.
Yes,
okay.
In the field. If you are applying for a policy organ position, you should have a minimum 2 years in drafting policy and so and so. You see. So and what one thing very important for young people, since we are applying for a job, it's important to have good CV. Okay, the CV is really important, and what we see here, we consider a CV a detailed CV. In your CV, you should show us what you are doing at your job, not just telling us that I was secretary in this office, because what a secretary is doing in that office maybe is not the same thing the secretary will be doing our office. So to know if you really have the capacity or that experience, you need to tell us what you are doing there. Sometime when I check CV of some people, and when we have discussion, when we will start having discussion, they will say, yes, I'm doing it there. There, that's the job I'm doing it. But when you check the CV, it's not there.
It's not there, right?
Because the CV is what is like your ambassador, the paper they can see and evaluate if you can do the job or not. You will not be there. Before you come to the interview, you pass through the resume. It's the CV first.
Gotcha.
If your CV is not well done, you cannot even come to the interview. You see, that's why we need to take time to see how we draft our CV. It's not just making it look beautiful. No, it's putting the content inside.
The content, gotcha.
The content inside the CV. That's very important. I don't know if I responded to your question.
Yeah, very good, very well. They just follow up. That's a very good question. So, 2 years of experience in the field you're applying to. Not like I'm doing engineering, then I'm applying to political peace and security sector. Then yeah. So for those you reserve the questions, we will have more open discussions. So for sure there will be a Q&A. We're just answering like open questions. So you have time to ask. I guarantee you that. So another question would be follow-up. So in terms, I see experience, but what's in terms of education? Are you big on like must have a PhD, you must have a master's degree, you must have undergrad, or a guy hanging on the street never went to school can also apply to African Union? So what's it like? Yeah.
Okay. This one, it will depend to the position you are applying for.
Okay.
First, because when everything is in the job description, in the advert,
Okay.
if in the advert we are requesting for, it's requested to have a bachelor, you should make sure that you have that bachelor, and you should make sure that you make it clear in your CV that you have a bachelor, and you attach the document. If it's requested that you should have a diploma, the minimum education qualification we request is a diploma. A diploma, but depending on the job and on the grade of the job. So for some, we can request for a diploma, others bachelor, others for master. So it depends. But the candidate needs to be sure that before he apply, even before the person apply, you should be sure that you read, you went through the job description. Sometimes there's people who just apply. They don't even read the job description because unemployment is too much. So they are just trying.
That's the frustration that applies.
The life of the frustration become too much. They just want to apply. When they get the position, is vacant, just apply. No, you need to go through the job description. To make sure that what is the job description, you have it, and it show in your CV. Because if you have it and you didn't put it clearly in your CV, no one will know that you have done it and you have it. You see, and make sure that the minimum education qualification requirement, you have it as well. Absolutely. Because somehow, sometimes applying also for all positions, it becomes disgusting because those people who sit to check the CV, maybe they are checking the CV, they want to recruit a pilot, you are there. You want to recruit a medical doctor, you are there. You want to recruit a farmer, you are there. So it's like you don't know where you are going. You are just everywhere. So it will happen the time where you really apply for the position you fit. And those people has already that bias in their mind that this guy is a good applicant. They apply for everyone. Just forget him. You see? So that's why it's good to really identify the position we fit and apply for it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Thank you. So I'm very sure everyone here and those who will be following us, at least aside South African River, everyone can qualify. I don't think everyone has a bachelor's degree or master's degree and PhD. So the education, very good. Experience, we'll look for it. Okay, so another question. So, let's go to HR wise now. Me applying for a job somewhere, it's not about even a job, it's also what the incentives are. So why should someone of all organizations, of all job applications and job offers apply to African Union? What is so unique working with that African Union? What are the incentives of working at the African Union? Why should I apply to African Union?
Okay, that's very good questions, and that's a Pan-Africanist question. Yeah. I know where you are coming from, where you want to go. Yeah. Okay. Being African is unique thing. Okay, and being and willing to work for Africa is like helping your parents or your family, maybe in their company, the company which bring money for the family. You are participating for it. It's like you are participating for your own things, for your own future, for the future of yourself. So it's unique to work for African Union because we are Africans, proud of being African, and it's good. It's very something amazing to see that you participate in the development of this unique continent that we have, that we share all. And what is very good is that diversity when you come to African Union. When you come to African Union, you can see really the diversity. You can notice that really the Africa is going somewhere, and there's work which are being done. There's work which are ongoing. It's true that the population doesn't see it directly. But you can't see someone working in African Union and coming out and telling you that no, nothing is not going, things are not going. No, things are moving. We are working hardly, and knowing that it's very good to participate in the development of that continent, as I say, and it's something very rewarding for yourself.
Yes.
To participate or to give your input on the development, because the vision of the African Union is to create an integrated and prosperous Africa driven by its own citizen. Okay, its own citizen. So if everyone feel himself when he read that vision, and everyone feel proud when he's part of that family. And when you do so, even you can now understand things which are implemented in our countries. Sometimes it's when you are in our countries, so our head of state, you will see that they will come with some idea. Okay, from now we want to create a road, or we want to create an aviation where those who are flying should start from should use the top line. Those who are coming will use the downstairs. Those things are not magic. It's coming from somewhere. And you can see that when you go to Niger, it's the same vision. When you go to Senegal, the same thing. You go to Burundi, same thing. You go to South Africa, and you will start asking yourself, is it something common or something? No, it's coming somewhere. Part of that vision of having one Africa, doing things on the same way, not some people doing it at the left and the other doing it at the right, but we should have a one vision. We should go in the same way. So that's how it feels. It really feels when you work for African Union, and when you are also young, you gain many things. You gain on diplomacy, how to deal with people in the diplomatic way. You gain in politics, how to deal with politicians, how to work with them, how to understand them. You see, and you gain in working in diverse environments where people are coming from diverse culture, and dealing with diverse language, and accepting that everyone should be free to speak in his language because that is him, is part of him. You see? So it's and as an African, we have many office. We have many office everywhere in Africa, even in Europe. We have the representation offices. Even in USA, we have representation offices. In China, we have representation offices. In Africa, around the Africa, we have offices in some countries. Majority of countries, we have an office there. And we should know, our young people should know that African Union is not association of member states. African Union is an international organization such as UN, and we are really working in the field, and we recruit all discipline, pilots, they have the place in African Union. We recruit pilot, mechanician we recruit, medical people we recruit, whichever, even carpenter, we recruit carpenter in African Union. Because to manage the office, the table, and so there is a department called facility management. So where they need carpenter, they need those people doing small job. So everyone has his place in African Union, not only politician. Everyone has his place.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much. So I get, like, to summarize what you're talking about, like, you get diplomacy, you get high level, network. So networking, also diversity, so that people who have never worked with other Africans. You only work with your country people. So good to, and they're gonna a good time to relate with people from all sorts of corners of Africa. Let's go to compensation. So me to be a good employee, I must have something good. They call it a killing wage. I think you've heard about that term, a killing wage. That's the wage that doesn't kill you or doesn't make you even grow rich. So is African Union paying some money? Like, is it paying a killing wage or killing, something good? Salary wise, is it how is incentives compensated?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. As you know, AU is an international organization. As an international organization, even though in Africa we have our problems, we are poor, we don't have money, we have issues, but the African Union try to make his employee very comfortable. He try to give them comfort. So the same benefits staff has in international organizations, AU also has it, such as basic salary, housing allowance, insurance, medical covering. All those things is part of AU, of the benefits pocket package for in AU. I can't say that AU doesn't pay well. They pay more than what our countries pay in pay the civil servant. The salary is the salary of expatriates. What expatriates should earn, and you pay that salary. But it depends also to your contract. Okay. We have many contracts in AU. We have regular contracts. Regular contract is like permanent people who come to AU to work, and they will work till they get retired if they want. Okay. We have a fixed term contract, is people who have a contract of 1 year minimum, 2 years maximum, but it's renewable based on the availability of fund or based on your performance. Okay. We have also short-term contracts where we recruit people for a minimum of 6 months, maximum of 11. That is also renewable. And also we recruit on SSA. SSA is Special Service Agreement. This one is when we have really need. We have a need and it's very urgent. We can just have a contract of 3 months. 3 month renewable. Okay. We recruit also consultants as all organizations. We recruit secondary staff. Secondary staff is those staff who are recruited by partners. It can be a member state country, but they send them to work for the organization. So those are seconded. Seconded are not paid by AU. They are paid by the partner who are sending them. Consultants are paid by AU based on the service they are providing. Now the other I listed are paid by AU, and the payment there is also insurance covering, there is housing allowance, and for regular people there is also education allowance for the kids. When you see our adverts, you can see that there's always education allowance for kids. So if you have a kids who still who are still studying, you pay per year $10,000 for each kids, for education of each kids. Maximum 4 kids. You will not go beyond 4 kids. So, but to pay that is not like they are giving you that money. You send the kids to school, and the AU will take in charge of the school, paying a maximum 10,000 per year. And you can see that it's good. It's good money for all those things. Is all that those benefits is to make the staff feel comfortable in order to deliver at work. Because if you have problem in your family, I don't think that you can deliver at work. But if if you work, you should feel you should feel comfortable that your family also are in good condition. Your kids should go to good school.
Yeah.
See, that's why you put in place all those benefit package to allow staff to feel comfortable when they work with you. So in general, it's the same as an international organization. There is standard. All international organizations should follow. So OU also is following that standard of paying good salary, of having good benefits to his salary, to his employees. That's what I can say.
Awesome.
Paying the benefits.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, for those that have many kids, sorry, for African Union doesn't have kids. You try your luck elsewhere, but those with fewer kids, you can enjoy your benefits. Anyway, that's so good to hear, because also it's one thing hiring people, but it's also making them feel comfortable. And as young people, we need to be prosperous. We need to better our lives financially. So you can't advocate for an organization that is not paying well. There's passion, but it should be also something that pays well to make you comfortable. At the end of the day, we live in the economy. We don't live in the air. And we know we live in the economy, there are costs involved. So we need to take care of that. So thank you for bringing that. I think I'll open it to the audience with questions. Please ask questions, raise up your hand or jump in. You just feel free, it's a free discussion. Ask a question, and Mr. Tamimou will be happy to answer the question. All right, Godspeed. Godspeed, go ahead and ask.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. It's God's power. My name is God's power, Mr. President. It's good to see. It's good to see your face again, Mr. President.
It's good to see you, man.
Yeah. It's the God's power from West Africa, Nigeria. I like to thank the speaker. That's amazing. And I like the emphasis on the fact that it is for Africans. It is for Africans. That's very key to me. And because it is for Africans, it means that it doesn't mean that there shouldn't be qualifications, criteria, but it should mean that it should be done in such a way that Africans, like what Mr. President said, there are a lot of young Africans that, for one thing or the other, for one reason or the other, they might not really, be open to participating in this Africanness. So my question is, where, like some of us, there are some people that maybe because of the age 35 below, might not be able to apply most of these things. But we are getting this knowledge also to make Africa better. How? So that those of us who are leaders of young people will be able to start passing down this information and also guiding younger Africans, to benefit from these things. So is there like an academy or like a place where these informations are clearly stated, not just stated, but processes, because there are some international organizations, you don't even need to know anybody there. If you go to their sites, if you go to their programs from time to time, where they explain these things and give people opportunity to even be on their platform as pre-interns or pre-volunteers. And there are courses they go through, and then once there are opportunities, they apply and they get. So do the African Union have things like that? Summarily, what I mean is there a platform or is there, online pool where young people, young Africans can go and begin to take some courses to prepare themselves for some of these opportunities, experience or not, because it's not just a regular job. This is Africa for Africans. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Tamimou, you had a question?
Yes, I think I got Mr. Godpower from Nigeria. I think that he wanted to know if there is a platform in AU where youth can go and get information about relevant field. First, relevant field we are recruiting in African Union, and also to get more information about the recruitment process or how to be coached to join African Union. Yes, in the beginning, okay, all information about the African Union, achievement, program, policy, document, everything. It can be found in our website, au.int. au.int, you can find all information about African Union. Even the ratification, the member state, everything, the summit, the decisions, you can find them there. And now about if there is how African Union try to it's like a guide or somehow assist young people in order for them to get a position in African Union. For that one, yes, there is some programs, as I say it in the beginning, the program like a youth volunteer program, where African Union recruits young people with zero work experience. Young people with zero work experience to come and work outside their country. The requirement for being youth volunteer is you should be young, below 35 and below, and have zero experience, and you should be available to work outside your country. You can't work in your country. Outside in your country, in any African Union office or any international organization office. So that is to help you to increase your potential, your capacity and competence to work within international organization. We have also a youth professional program. Like if you go to AU NEPAD, the NEPAD website, you can see that they have youth professional. NEPAD is also AU organ. So it's AU organ. And like an office like ACFTA. ACFTA is a Africa Continental Free Trade Area. It is a new office of a new organ of AU. And soon we will launch the youth program in ACFTA, where we will recruit young people. They will come and work with us. It will be an opportunity for them to grow with us. We have also internship program. Right now, if you go to our website, our career website, you can see that we have launched the internship program. where we recruit young people. Also, they will come and do internship for 3 months, renewable once, like maximum 6 months. Then they will also get knowing more African Union and get to develop their capacity to get position, not only in African Union, but in other organizations. So all those programs, we have them. And also, beside that, AU has the Pan-African University. We have 5 Pan-African University PAU. In each region, we have one university where AU give scholarship to African citizens to do a master degree or PhD in some relevant fields needed by AU and needed also by international organization. Okay, so there is that program. To fund that program, you can go also to AU website or PAU website. If you put Pan-African University, you can get all the information. So, but the important things we should know is that all those programs I'm sitting, and so it's open for all Africans within the continent, with the diaspora. And AU can't, it's not, we don't have, AU doesn't have that money to recruit a big pool. So in all those programs, like when we take the youth volunteer, per country, we can recruit maybe 4 maximum per country. You see, if we take Nigeria, maybe 500 person applied. So we want only 4 in that 500. So you can see the competition. You can see the opportunity. There is the opportunity is there, but there is also we are also blocked by our resource, which doesn't allow us to go that far. But there is still opportunity. If I take the example of Pan-African University scholarship, each year, it's launched each year, but in some country, we recruit one, 2. You see, for some field, maybe they want only 10%. You see, so that's how AU still have some program. There is some idea also going on in order to help young people, for them to develop their career and to join other organization. Not necessary African, not necessary. We don't necessarily need to come and work in African Union. Okay, but the good thing is the African Union should be able to help young people to succeed their life, to get good job, for them to be satisfied and to be proud of being African and to work in Africa and to reduce the poverty. That's what AU should do. And that's why they create all those programs where people can come and learn and go and help their country or help work for NGO and so. So we should also get it like that we don't, it's not necessary important to come and work in the African Union, but it's necessary for African Union to give you to give you that knowledge, that possibility to develop yourself, get better job. That's how we should get it.
Absolutely.
Because if we take the AU structure, maybe the structure is 1,000. So 1,000, we are 1 point something billion in Africa. Maybe youth are maybe 300. Youth are even majority, maybe 100 million. So 100 million can't come and work for AU.
Absolutely.
But as AU should lobby to our member state to put in place program policies which member states should implement in order to facilitate young people to develop themselves, get better job, and to be happy to work in Africa and being African. I think I responded to his question.
Okay, I like to quickly add. Thank you very much. I'd like to quickly add. I think this will help.
So God's power there. So we are running short of time, but you can.
I just want the website. Can you just put it on the comment, the website, because most times there are 1,000,001 different websites. Can we just have the authentic website, write it on the comment or give it to you to place it on our platform so that we don't go,
Yeah.
Because most times you see a lot of websites and they are just scam. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so let's be quick the questions and hit the nail. I will start with Alan. Be quick. And then Solomon, then Marian.
Yeah, thank you so much. My name is Alan from Uganda, and I was also hoping to apply in the Pan-African Union. But I wanted to know like the qualifications that are needed because I'm in the field of engineering, and I don't know which proceedings can I be to be best fit, can I do to be best fit for it, be able to qualify.
Thank you. Hello?
Hello.
I think we lost the guy.
Yes. I'm like
don't worry, you can type your question in the chat too. Quick, so we have also some questions in the chat, so we're gonna run too quick. We didn't hear you very well. So Solomon, ask please. Hello, Solomon. Please mute and unmute. Sorry, can you unmute?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Are there offices of African Union in South Sudan? And the other question, what are the key sectors that the African Union is targeting? So that like, what are some of the key areas the African Union is targeting so that we can be able to know? Thank you very much.
Okay, key areas.
Hello.
Yeah, we had your question. Hello, Tamimou, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
here. I have received Solomon question. First, he want to know if there is a AU office in South Sudan.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have we don't have an office in South Sudan, but we have an office. It's not like office. Due to the situation in South Sudan, our peace and security department has a small office to assist South Sudan to overcome these peace issues, and we have a project to put in place in an hybrid court in South Sudan to judge those things which happened in the past, to be able to judge those people. I think Mr. Solomon can understood somehow what I'm saying, because South Sudan has had some criminal issues in the past. So there is a hybrid court which is put in place in South Sudan, but the hybrid court is not really working yet. We have advertised some positions to be able to recruit staff in hybrid court, but currently there is we are working on it, and I think very soon the hybrid court will AU hybrid court will really work, and we will have an office for some time. But I just want to also specify to Solomon that all our position, whether is in South Sudan, is in Cameroon, is in Ethiopia, in Ghana, all those positions are open to all citizens from Africa and diaspora. It's not meaning that you need to wait for a position to be available in your country. All positions we put online, we are recruiting all African. It's not only for Ethiopians. It's not only for Togolese because the position is in Togo. So it's good also to look for position outside our country. And it's very good experience to work outside your country. And I'm sure that Solomon will be preparing himself to apply position outside South Sudan to go outside his country.
Thank you very much, Restaurant
Yes.
Costa. So Maryland, and then Annie, Abed. Maryland.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President, for such a productive program. And also, I thank the facilitator for the information. I really learned a lot today. I am Marlene from South Sudan. I just have a question. I think I've typed it, but you did not see in the comment section. In regards to all African Union, where the goals and activities, I would like to know what are some of the activities that African Union come up with that bring African youths together. That is the question. The activities exactly, specifically. Activities that bring African youths together. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you want to take
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. I have gotten Miss Marlene questions. Is to know what is African Union is doing to bring all African youth together. In African Union, we have many departments. We have many programs. I can take the program like ECOSOC. ECOSOC is one of the platform which work one department which work with civil societies, NGO, and so is a platform where young people also can retrieve themselves. If you have association like African Rebirth, if African Rebirth want to work with AU, it will go through ECOSOC. ECOSOC is the appropriate platform. We have in African Union one department for gender and youth. So this department mission is to put in place a strategy and policy in order to promote a youth, in order to put in place a strategy to help youth to grow. And so, like when I talk about the youth volunteer program, it's managed by the Department of Gender and Youth. So everything concerning youth is managed there. Everything concerning youth association, any association, civil society association, and so they work directly with ECOSOC. It's the same way how ECOSOC work in United Nations UN program. The same way it work with AU. In AU, AU is trying to work as United Nations, as UN. You can see that in AU we have those departments, whether in agriculture, in infrastructure, in peace and security, and so and so. Today, the big project of African Union is the ACFTA, Africa Continental Free Trade Area, is to create a market for African, where African can exchange their products and get less tax and and realize the objective is to do all in our continent, to not depend to anyone again. So all should be done in our continent. We exchange in our continent. We do everything in our continent to really be free, to have that economic freedom. So that's will be my answer. We have youth volunteer department, We have ECOSOC, which also work on youth to bring youth together. Yeah.
Thank you, Tamimou. Very good answer. So let's rush to Annie. So after Annie, we'll read some comments, questions in the comments, and we'll start.
All right, Mr. President, thank you for arranging the webinar. And actually, I typed my questions in the chat box, but since I have the chance now, I will ask. The first one is, does successful applicants need endorsement from their governments? The second one is, the African Youth Corps volunteer program has not been active since COVID-19, since 2020. So do you have any clue when the next call might be? And the last one is about the internship applications. I have heard that many applicants they complain about they have not got any response whether they are selected or not. And even they told me they have not heard if anyone got the opportunity because as a student of Pan-African University, I have got with a number of students who applied before me, and then none of them have heard. Does really the program exists? That are my three questions. Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Hani, for your question. The first question is about endorsement. If someone recruited, did he need endorsement from his government? No, he doesn't need any endorsement. African Union recruitment process is independent. We don't need, it doesn't need endorsement of anyone. Is as I explained, is a competition. You will go through competition. After, if you pass the interview, we send the report to the chairperson appoints, then we will onboard you. We don't need anything from your government. So the youth program, yes, as you said, since COVID, the youth program was not launched again. Yes, it's because of some technical challenge. And right now, AU is working hard to launch the youth program, the youth volunteer program very soon. By the end of this year, we will launch another batch of youth volunteer program. For internship, as you know, you can see that the internship program is open till June. It's still online. So since it's still online, we are still working on it based on the need we receive, because some departments send the need is based on the need. We will check in the database those who have that minimum qualification and who are willing to work in that field. We select them, then we inform them. So it's true that it will be it's not easy, because we have 1,000 right now. We have 5,000 applicants. So you can see how it is to manage 5,000 applicants and to inform each of them. So it depends. It's open, and based on the need in the department, we will now get contact to the appropriate candidates for the internship. Now, yes, I think that was the three questions he asked. I hope that I satisfy him. If not, he can ask back.
He said something about not receiving feedback. Like people apply, they don't receive feedback for a long time.
Yes, you can see that we do our best to give feedback, but you can see that in our in the job description, it's mentioned that only people who have been selected will be contacted. But even those, we put it sometime when it's relaxed, we gave feedback to others. But it's because it's difficult, it's very challenging. But that's why we mention it in the job description, that only people who have been selected will be contacted. Yeah, we apologize for that, but we are working hard to really increase our communication with candidates, to make them feel really comfortable, because when it's like that, somehow we know that it's look like it's not transparent. But it's not like it doesn't have anything with transparency. It's due to the job, the high level of job we are doing. But anyway, that's why we mention it in the job description.
Right. I think that's transparent enough. If you don't hear from us, just know you can try your luck sometime.
Yeah.
Look,
and don't be surprised. Don't be surprised that you can apply, and after 1 year we can contact you as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So you keep.
Don't be in a rush, and pray. We should have hope, but we don't be in a rush, because the priority is set by AU. It's not set by the candidate. Yes, you apply, but there is an other priority that you don't know somehow.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So I was checking through the comments in the chat. So I think there's one unique question. Most of it has been covered. There is from Halima and Alan. And so it says, as an HR, as an HR person, what would you advise candidates to help better secure a position at AU? And what's the minimum years of experience? I think we talked about that sometime, but I think that the question is, what's about? How can you stand out out of thousands of applications? What makes you stand out and secure a job at African Union, basically?
Okay, I think we have talked about it, as you said, President. The first thing is to go through the job description, to read the job description, to make sure that what is written in the job description, you have it. Whether it's qualification or experience, you have it. The third is to make sure that what you think that you have is mentioned in your CV. Not that, yes, I can do it. No, yes, I did it. But when we take the CV, there's nothing. You should mention it in the CV. You should try to match your CV with the job description in order for you to really show that you have work on the field. Okay. If you have been secretary, you need to mention, okay, you were secretary here. And what were you doing? You need to mention what were you doing, the achievement you have done. You can put your achievement you have done at that position. Okay. And fourth, you need to prepare yourself for the interview. When you if you have been selected for the shortlisting, you need to prepare yourself for the interview to make sure that you are ready for the interview. And so, but beyond that thing, you should know that there is in the African Union, each country has quota, because the diversity, you really want diversity in African Union. Member states put quota for each country. Okay, when your country quota is full, mean that it's full, there is no chair for you anymore, so you may not be considered. Okay. You see, so if like a quota of Togo is maybe 20, if we have the 20 Togolese within the union, then that means that Togolese will not be. That does not deny you to apply, because you don't know. Quota is a very flexible thing. We can have 20 Togolese today, and tomorrow morning one decided to resign. So the Togolese quota is open, will be open. You see, but there is other scenario that or as candidates you don't know, you will not be aware because it's internal thing. But the things you should do as candidate is to have good CV, to make sure that everything is in your CV. You attach all the documents. You really fit the position you apply for. That's very important. You have the experience of what you are applying.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's very important. Make sure that what is written in the JD, you have already done it in the past and you have the experience. That's the only thing.
Absolutely. And mentioning the CV, I see many people when you read those resumes, people don't pay attention to job description. The first success of the job application is the job description. So for you, you're gonna play, even in your cover letter, you're gonna play the words they use in the job description. Just playing those words, you don't need to invent new words. If they require this, put it like that. So that even the system, sometimes the system eliminates candidates that don't match the words in the job description. But why people even go to interviews that the system matches the words on the job description and your CV. Job description is very, very key. I can't emphasize it more than Tamimou, who works in HR. Yeah, I think we will take word. So this quick question is about engineering job. So what does an engineer, they open? And Tamimou has told us in the beginning that every sector is needed at African Union. So you are always welcome. Read the job description, Alan. If there is an opportunity for engineers, you apply for it. So there's always, and what you can do is based on the job description. Right now, we can't know where. And so, yeah, we have one question from Elijah.
Yes, I have a question. What I want to ask, I'm Elijah from South Sudan, and I want to know the mean of the criteria for African Union in terms of job for young people. Because for us here in South Sudan, we are really behind the news. There's a lot of opportunity that we don't know in African Union. Many young people are interacting, but they are not getting such opportunity for a while. So is there, yes, is there any kind like a website whereby all young people can be easy to access the website and get the information? Because getting information is very difficult at some points, and it is not easy. So yes, we can interact in terms of WhatsApp that we created and all this, but it cannot be enough. So secondly is who is exactly working in African Union to easily link up with the young people in terms of any inquirement that the people need to inquire from African United Union. So this is something that I want to ask. Thank you.
Okay, okay, thank you, Mr. Luke. Okay, your question is to know where young people to find information, because in South Sudan you don't have information. I think okay, to make it today, information is very easy for us as young people. By the past, when we take our parent, it was difficult to find information. But today, as young, we shouldn't complain about information, because internet give us everything. All information you need, just to type it in the internet, you will get it. So to have the information about the vacant position in organization, AU organization, I just put in the chat. You go to career.au.int. All our position in AU, you will get it there. Even if you didn't get the link, if you just type a job in African Union, you can see that it will give you many, lot of proposition, and but you can see one with AU something, au.int, then you know that you are in the page, and you can see all position, all vacant position in our organization. For Pan-African University, for Pan-African University job, Pan-African University scholarship, you go to Pan-African PAU, But also, if you go to our social media, AU social media on Facebook, AU social media on LinkedIn, and so you can find the information. And to just make it brief, Mr. Enoch, I don't know Mr. Enoch anywhere. We meet on social media. We meet on LinkedIn. Okay, just to let you know that social media, yes, there is other things happening in social media, which is not the real vision of social media, but it depends what you need in social media. Can you use your social media even to create your relationship with people. You can use your social media to get all information you need today. Today, information is very easy for us today to really be to be serious. Today we don't suffer to get information. Before, the jobs in organization is in the newspaper, or they will put in the radio. We just go in that minute. If you are not listening, the radio is past. Is past. But today you can go on websites. You type, you go, you get all position in UN, in ADB, everything. You can get those information. So for us, you go to AU Int for all information. For position AU carrier, you get information and so and so. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very
Can I
easy to get
say something
information.
real quick?
There is no need really not. So there's this thing like being curiosity, like being curious about things, depends on what you want. If are you curious about working international organizations, go for it. You don't need to, be there and wait something. You should be there. So look for information. When you look for it, you seek information, you get it. So thank
Can I
you
ask
very much.
something real quick?
Hello?
Can I ask something real quick?
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, good. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah. My name is Alan. I'm from Uganda. I wanted to know where the offices of the African Union are in Uganda, because it has been a new thing to me. Some friend of mine just introduced it to me. And I wanted to know, is innovation also supported at the African Union?
Okay.
Yeah.
Tamimou, you want to reply to that?
Yeah. Yes. Can you repeat your question? I think you say you are in Uganda. You want to know where is the AU office in Uganda, right?
Yeah. And I again asked whether innovation is also supported at the African Union. Innovation. I want to know whether innovation is supported at the African Union.
Can you clarify it? Innovation? How innovation? Like field innovation or what?
Like if a person has his personal project, like someone is trying to develop his personal project for it to, because he knows with maybe a big scale it can do something better. Can the African Union be able to help in such a way that it can promote that person's idea in case it finds the value in it?
Okay, I get you now. Okay, first, in Uganda, we don't have yet an office in Uganda. We have office in our offices. We have 3 offices in Kenya. We don't have yet office in Uganda. For innovation, yeah, I can say that yes, African Union supports innovation. Today, our organ which work especially in implementing African Union policy in countries is NEPAD, the New Partnership for African Development. It's the organ which is in charge of implementing African Union strategy in each countries. So if you have anything related to innovation, maybe you have built something new, I think you can share with them. They can see also how to support you and so and so. But I want to
Yeah.
specify something that
How-
African Union doesn't intervene directly in countries. Okay, African
Yeah.
Union build policies, strategies, and each country implement it in his country. Each head of state implement it, each government implement it in his country. That's why member states come to summit in African Union to take common decision. Then they go and implement it. So African Union do the monitoring to see if they are doing it. They do some kind of lobbying and to promotion advice to make sure that the countries are aligned. So that's what I can say.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So we can go on and on and on, but at least we covered the basics, at least the first step to getting to know about African Union and other opportunities that African Union offers. Not only jobs, but also personal development. The Pan-African University, the Pan-African Parliament, that's for the politicians, the African Free Continental Trade Area. So all these things are mega projects that we can harness for the better. So I want to thank you very much. Give up.
Can I bring an information? Quick information.
Please
Quick
make
information.
2 seconds.
Yes. You know, there's a lot of this Africa Youth Union, Africa Youth Parliament, and all that. I want him to clarify: does the AU have an authorized youth body for in Africa, or those are just scam organizations? But there's so much having chapters all over the countries and all that. So please let him clarify that. Thank you.
Okay. I can't really say that they are scammers or something, but the department in the African Union, which is in charge of youth, is the Department of Women, Gender, and Youth Development. That's the department in AU, which is in charge of youth activities and So those are Africa youth, this one and this one. I think they are autonomous entities like African Bird. You see, to create African Rebirth, I don't think to use the African. Mr. Enoch or the founder of African Bird contacted African Union. No, they put African because they are Africans. They can use African, okay? But that doesn't mean that it's African organ or African association or something, African Union Association, no. But maybe Rebirth can have a partnership with African Union in some field. Because African Union, in the African Union, the headquarters is in Addis Ababa. So maybe to have a representative or to have a contact in some countries, they can identify some association like African Rebirth to be like their eyes, or when there's some project, they can go to Rebirth to identify some youth to work with. See, but that doesn't mean is not African Union organs, no, or African Union offices, no. They are just association and NGO created, which may work with African Union Youth Department or not. So it depends. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I would like to end it here. So I would like to appreciate Mr. Tamimou. Please give him a hands of applause. Appreciate his time, his knowledge, and everything he has shared. Information is key. Information is key. When you have a person who does recruitment, he's telling you that mind about your CV. He's serious. He knows what he's talking about. So the job description, I know you can make a lot of progress. Everyone here has a bachelor's degree, master's degree also. So I believe everyone here is a candidate to work at the African Union. So please, it's he won't apply for you. It's your time to go to the website, look for the job you want to apply, and look for the opportunity you want to engage in, and it's a Pan-African University scholarship, everything like that, and go there and apply, and you know, continue to seeking information. And otherwise, thank you very much. I would give him a few words. I mean, a minute to say final words, and anything they cannot forget, like what things they cannot forget about African Union in terms of getting a job at African Union. At least if they should forget everything, what are the final things they shouldn't forget?
Okay, thank you, Enoch, and I thank you for also inviting me for this webinar. I want also to thank all the participants for their questions and for their availability, because if they are available, mean that they want information and they are really willing to serve Africa, to join this organization, even though if it's not African, to join an international organization and to participate, to contribute in the development of the continent. Before to go, I think Agege has asked the question if the African Union organized such interesting meeting to clarify its action. Yes, there is several meetings in African Union, and those meetings are it depends on the topic, and sometime we can recruit, we can select some young people, dynamic people who can go, some who can be invited in some country to discuss about some topics, and so and so. We have it, and but in African Union currently we want to organize some online job fair, where we will be able to talk to young people, where we will be able to revise, to have time to review some young people CVs and talk to them and tell them what to do, what to not to do. This project is ongoing. We are waiting to finalize it very soon, and we will launch it on our platform. So the really important things that I can say to not forget, they should forget, is the really important things, because being a recruiter is something I see every time, and it's very important to know that we should apply for the job we have the experience for. We have the job which fits us. We should stop to just applying to get a job, because in life everyone has a career, a career plan of career. It's true that I can today I can do my bachelor in maybe in medicine, and now end up working in project management. So if my career plan is to become project manager, if it's possible, I can do a project management course to increase, because I have experience in project management, and I don't have experience in medicine. So to apply for project management job, we can do a master in project management to give myself a chance. If maybe my really career is to become a doctor, but it's because of the life issues, that's why I get what I receive now. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. But you cannot just jump and apply for medical job because you have the qualification. You will kill people. So
That's
it's
right.
better. It's really important to apply a job we have experience in and we have already worked in. That's the only thing I want to tell our young people, and also to have a detailed CV. make your CV detailed, put what you are doing at each position. Yeah, what was your duties and achievements. That's what I can say. That will be my last word. And I want to thank again African Rebirth for inviting me and everyone for their availability. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Tamimou. It has been a pleasure. And thank you, everyone. Please, I see people having difficulties accessing. Just Google EU. You will find on the website there. Just Google EU. You find all.
Please, I had a problem of the réseau. I want to ask a question. You talk about Togolese. I am Togolese, but I don't understand what you have said because my connection is going.
You what?
My
Yeah,
connection.
I think she speak French.
French.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She says she's Togolese. So to just respond to her in French. Madame Seydou, Madame Adjara, quand je parlais du Togo, c'était juste un exemple. It was just an example I gave, but not something particular on Togo.
Merci beaucoup.
Right. Good. Thank you, everyone. Have a very good day. It was a pleasure. I appreciate Tamimou a lot. Thank you. Hope to keep this moving, and I hope collaborating with the EU, bringing career fair to talk to more young leaders across the continent. It was a pleasure having you, sir. Have a very good day.
Thank you,
Mr. President.
Thank you,
Thank
President.
you,
Thank
Mr.
you, everyone.
Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.